Thank you for my late joining the meeting because unexpectedly I got another opportunity that I am officiating as the registrar of the university since March 3rd. So that's why it was a
Congratulations and best wishes from
thank
our
you. And
side.
it was a highly unexpected thing. So that's why throughout the day I was sitting in an interview, and still that's why I delayed it for some time. And I will make a very short presentation because this is a very small topic, as all of you know. So today I'm going to speak to you on the macrobrachium culture, that is the freshwater prawn farming and its potential and its current status, etc. So as you know, the aquatic organisms are divided into two mainly. One group is finfishes, that is which encompasses the fishes, the marine fishes like sardines, mackerels, and fishes like carps, and all ornamental fishes and all like. But the second group is called shellfishes, which contains either a shell externally or else internally. The examples will be shrimps. They are actually marine in origin. Then the prawns and the other crustaceans like the lobsters and crabs and so on. So that's why this is divided into the finfishes and shellfishes. Out of the shellfishes, all shellfishes are very expensive. So as you know, the shrimp is very expensive, prawn is very expensive, crab is expensive, lobster is expensive, and like. So India actually earns nearly an amount of 27 to 28,000 crores of rupees just from the shrimp farming sector of the country. Okay, so even though the production, our aquaculture production is as high as almost 12.5 million metric tons, out of which we produce only 0.7 to 0.8 million metric tons of shrimp, but still we make that much big money, especially from the export earnings. So that is all about it. As you know, we have actually taken a class on the culture of Penaeus vanami in India. And that's a species, which is a South American species, and which got established everywhere. Andhra Pradesh is the pioneer, then Tamil Nadu, then Gujarat, then Orissa, West Bengal, and most of the Indian states, including Kerala, are excelling well in vanami farming, and we make good money. And as a counterpart in the freshwater side, we have a prawn. So all freshwater, the shrimps which are with the origin of freshwater or living in freshwater, they are called as prawns, P-R-A-W-N-S, prawns. So these freshwater prawns, like, so it is also a very important commodity, both in the international and domestic market. Some people even sell it as lobsters. So you can see the prawns with very long.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. You are moving the slides?
No, I'm not moving. I'm not moving.
Okay.
So you will see the prawns with very small body, but very long chelate legs. So blue colored chelate legs you must have seen. So these are actually prawns. So we call it as freshwater prawn, right? So the most important species. So just I will move on my slide. So this is the freshwater prawn. The species name is actually Macrobrachium rosenbergi. So as you know, there are more than 100 species of freshwater prawns in the world, basically belonging to the genus Macrobrachium, and it is commonly called as scampi in the trade. And this Macrobrachium rosenbergi, I will show you the picture in my later slides. You will understand. Most of you must have seen, at least in the supermarkets. So they are called Macrobrachium rosenbergi. There are many other Macrobrachium species. I told you more than 100 are there. So which, for example, Macrobrachium gangeticum is there. Macrobrachium lamera is there. Macrobrachium nipponense is there, which is very commonly cultured in China, but not actually like growing out just like our Macrobrachium rosenbergi. And internationally, it is called as giant-legged freshwater prawn or giant-legged Malaysian prawn. So it has distribution all along the Southeast Asian countries, including Malaysia. Malaysia, it's a delicacy and it is cultured widely too. And Kerala has a very long history of Macrobrachium also, because our one of the Ramsar sites in Kerala. We have 3 Ramsar sites in Kerala. 3. One is Vembanad Lake. So that Vembanad Lake is the most important water body in Kerala, with actually 7 rivers joining the lake, and it is actually connected to the Arabian Sea. So in this Vembanad Lake, this species, scampi, is very popular. And its biology, I will tell you specifically that Macrobrachium rosenbergi is a freshwater prawn, as I told you, but they require slight salinity for its breeding purpose. So that is the specialty, and I will explain it later. And this species is almost actually sluggish in nature, and mostly it will remain half buried during the daytime on the sediment or hidden shelter, which is well protected from direct sunlight. So you will see only the rostral part and the eyes outside the mud, and the rest of the body will be there inside the mud. And normally it seeks the shallow regions rich in aquatic vegetation and organic detritus. So you will see, it is a pickup feeder. With its chelate legs, it will be going on picking up feed and eating. And that's why, because of that, it prefers to be there in the nearby the aquatic vegetation or inside the aquatic vegetation, so that there will be a lot of other creatures or organisms which are, the very good feed. For example, polychaete worms or small crustaceans, small worms and small crabs and small fishes, or which are actually boarding in these places, will be well fed by the Macrobrachium species. And it has a breeding habit of actually throughout it breeds, and even they have a capacity to breed in captivity. And during the we have actually 2 monsoons, one in the southwest coast of India. One is actually June, July, August, then October, November. So they breed mostly in the monsoon season, and it needs fresh water to grow. And for completing the life cycle, they require the brackish water, that is plus or minus 12 ppt salinity. PPT means it is, in layman's language, it is actually gram per liter. So means if I am telling you 15 ppt salinity, it indicates that 1 liter of water contains 15 grams of common salt. So that is the idea. So that the seawater has the salinity of 35 ppt, which means in 1 liter of seawater will contain 35 grams of salt. So this species, especially the larval stages, they require the 12 plus or minus 2 ppt salinity for its growth and development. Okay. And this is the picture of Macrobrachium rosenbergi. So it shows that, like, the male with that blue clawed male is the center point in an ecosystem, wherein you will see other small shrimp, other small prawns. So all of them are actually females. So the biologically, one male will be maintaining 4 or 5 females in an area of around 8 to 10 square meter area, so that he will be the king in that particular area, and he will be permitting his female friends, or else we will see his mates to feed from that particular area. Otherwise, it shows highly territorial behavior, that it will not allow anyone else to come to that region and take feed. So this is a speciality. So in the culture environment also, this has certain significance, because these males will grow very fast, and from 5th month or onwards, this will become 100 gram, 150 gram. So they will be like growing so fast, and they will be and the others will grow very slow because of the genetic nature. And what happens if you remove the one bull male from the system, then immediately the other male, who is present in the area, will be emerging as a blue clawed male, and he will be taking care of the other females henceforth. So that is the idea. And coming to the breeding habit, so I told you it is the incubation is actually taking place externally. So the eggs which are actually released from the female will be joining with sperms, and the females will be individually picking up all the eggs and actually storing in the pleura region, that is the abdominal region. So you must have seen certain prawns with full of eggs on its belly portion. That is what is called pleura portion, that is near, below the abdomen side. So these are actually like, they will have actually, first of all, they will have yellow color. Then after some time, it will become orange. Then will become slightly gray color. Then means they will hatch out. So these larvae, invariably, they require the brackish water, as I told you in the beginning. So the scampi can grow to a size of around 30 to 32 centimeter. That is almost 350 to 450 gram. And half of the body will be the head region. So that is the advantage. That is the disadvantage. I mean, the most of the portion will be head region. So the flesh will be very less compared to the marine shrimps. Marine shrimps have actually 70%, 65% flesh is edible, while here it is actually only less than 50% is only edible. But this has elegance in the market. This has a royal look, and it's only the elegant people actually take it because it is very expensive. So as I told you, male and female have differential growth rates. That is, males will grow so fast, and when they exhibit heterogeneous individual growth. It is called HIG. So always the male is bigger than the female. And site selection and pond construction. So as I told you, it is very much actually like present in the freshwater region. So while the brackish water shrimp farming sector, especially concentrating on Penaeus monodon, got stuck or got collapsed during 1995 period because of white spot syndrome virus, WSSV. This species got emerged as an alternative species. Until that time, the seed production was very less, and until that time, the popularity was very less. And this species, after this, the collapse of the white spot, this species got emerged. And the seed production technology was standardized even in Malaysia and other places outside the country, even 1960s. But India's the efforts to produce macrovacuum seed actually happened only in 1980s, end of 1980s. So College of Fisheries under Kerala Agriculture University headquartered in Cochin, Panangad. So we are the pioneers in the seed production of macrobrachium in the country. So one of our veterans, former deans and former vice chancellor, named Dr. C. Mohanakumaran Nair, he standardized the breeding protocol of this species, and he actually disseminated the technology throughout India and also outside the country. Even Bangladesh, the technology is being widely used. So our technology, or the technology of College of Fisheries, is actually mainly other than normally the larvae. There are actually 11 larval stages, and so yeah, 1, 2, 3 like that. And after that, it will become post larvae. So during this period, they require mostly Artemia nauplii as their feed. But Artemia nauplii, rearing the larvae exclusively on Artemia nauplii is a very expensive affair. So that's why other than Artemia nauplii, we are also giving certain types of formulated feed during the larval rearing process. So that was the technology. And the pond size, if you want to do the pond farming, so 0.2 to 0.6 hectare is ideal, with a depth of minimum 1 to 1.5 meters. So that is the ideal depth for prawn farming. The pond should have smooth bottom and gradual slope from water intake to outlet, so that the waste materials are gone. So unlike Wanami, we cannot put actually very high numbers per square meter, because they are cannibalistic in nature. As you know, while the prawns are molted, they kill each other and eat each other. So like that. And sandy clay or sandy loam soil is suitable for farming. The banks of the pond must be high enough to protect the ponds from the floods. The intake water should not be contaminated or polluted with industrial waste or sewage and other insecticides. Other aspects are the same as that of carp farming. So how you will prepare the pond? The pond, after complete draining, is dried under sunlight for 2 weeks until the soil cracks, which destroys all sorts of pathogens. And the pond water should be tilled for the oxidation of organic matter and to enable the escape of foul gases like methanes and hydrogen sulfide and other sorts of gases. The rest of the pond preparation activities can be carried out as in the case of carp farming. So even during my talk, I have explained you have to apply tea seed cake or mahu oil cake, etc., for killing all predatory fishes. Then means you have to kill all the crustaceans and other crabs, etc., by the use of ammonium sulfate plus laker lime. Then you have to fill the water by properly filtering the water in, and then manure the water with cow dung and urea and superphosphate and all. Then means the water is becoming very good and biologically active. Then you can stock the post larvae of the prawns. So how much time it takes to complete the life cycle? So it takes almost 22 to 24 days for completing the larval stages in the prawn farming. So afterwards, you will become, you will get post larvae from the system, and the post larvae you can stock at the rate of almost 30,000 to 50,000 numbers per hectare. So that is the average stock density possible, because if you are, and you have to keep certain PVC pipes or clay pipes, etc., for the proper hiding of the molted prawns. So that is very important, because sometimes the prawns will molt and immediately others will come and attack the molted crabs, because they are very molted prawns. They are very soft in nature. So to avoid that, you keep this kind of things. And water quality parameters, the optimum range of water quality parameters are actually temperature should be 28 to 32 degrees Celsius, then pH 7 to 8.5, then transparency should be 25 to 40 centimeter, measured in the Seshi disk, then salinity can be 0 to 5 ppt salinity. That is, up to 5 ppt salinity, it grows very well. Then dissolved oxygen should be always 4 or 4.5 ppm, that is parts per million, which is equivalent to milligram per liter. Then alkalinity should be more than 60 ppm. Then the TAN should be 0.1 ppm. Then nitrite nitrogen should be less than 0.1 ppm. Then nitrate nitrogen should be less than 10 ppm. Then H2F, hydrogen sulfide, should be nil, and iron should be less than 1 ppm, and hardness should be 30 to 150 ppm. Why we require more hardness? We require more hardness because for the molted prawns, all crustaceans per se, they will actually, after molting, they swallow a lot of water and they swell the body. Then means the outer covering is getting hardened. So this is the process for which high quantity of minerals are required. Then we have to stock actually healthy seeds of at least post larvae, and at the density of 2 to 3 numbers, that is 20,000 to 30,000 numbers, but sometimes even it goes to 50,000 numbers per hectare, means 2 to 5 numbers per meter square. So healthy seeds swim with the straight body and display a complete array of appendages, and they respond rapidly to external stimuli and actively swim against water current when the water is container is stirred. So you will see the health of the prawns by just swirling the water, rotating the water. Then means shrimp will be actually running against the current. In order to ensure maximum survival rate, initially the seed can be reared in small nursery pond at a density of 20 to 25 numbers per square meter. Then afterwards, until they reach a weight of 3 to 5 gram, then means you can stock to the grow-out pond. These are actually two types. That is, one direct stocking and one stocking is after nursery rearing. Then what you give, because there is feed, macrobrachium feed in the market. So the different companies, Godrej and many companies, Avanti and CEP, and many companies are actually giving the macrobrachium feed. And also you give the groundnut oil cake and other farm-made feeds. So you have two types of harvesting. So after you can harvest, as I told you, from 5th month onwards, you can harvest the bigger ones. But means bigger ones, if you remove, means the feed will be available to everyone. And again, you can cull the bigger shrimps, prawns, and continue the culture. And you can, that is what is called cull harvesting. Only the bigger prawns you are harvesting. So that you, from a 1 hectare pond, there is a possibility of producing 3 ton, 4 ton per hectare. So you can harvest some 100 kg per week, so that you get very high, profit levels. Because if the prawn is very big, 100 gram, 150 gram size, so it fetches 600 to 800 rupees. So the smaller prawns are not very expensive. Maybe you may get only 400 rupees, 350 rupees, like that. So the next type of harvesting is called batch harvesting, in which you are catching everything. Because even the bigger ones and smaller ones, everything you are catching at a stretch is called batch harvesting. Then all male culture of scampi is very important. So that, as I told you, males are growing very big in size. So, and they almost grow uniformly if females are not there in the system. So how you will make, unlike gift, genetically improved farmed tilapia, you cannot do any sort of manipulation. You cannot do any sort of sex manipulation. So what you do is, you just while the prawn reaches a size of 2 gram to 3 gram size, you just feel its ventral side. Then the expertised people can understand whether it's a male or female. So what they do, they will grow them to 2 gram, 3 gram size, then individually check the prawn and stock in the ponds. So that is what is called all male culture. So, and the females, they will actually release to the public waters. And that is a very popular method. Then you get almost similar uniform sized individuals. The manual segregation is done by only expertised people. That is the only thing. Then this female and male, you can see the difference between the males and females in the slide, which is not very important. Then the segregated male are actually stocked at a density of sometimes 10,000 per hectare, sometimes even 20,000, like that. Then after 75 to 140 days, depending on the size of the shrimp, prawn, they are actually caught, as I told you, whether it is a this one or batch harvesting or cull harvesting. So this is a veteran in Michael B. New, who is a veteran in the macrovacuum industry in the world. He belongs to UK. He has written extensively on macrovacuum. 1982. There is a book by FAO. This is his picture. Then this is the shrimp. This is the prawn. Yeah. So you must have seen this, and I'm stopping. Like if you have some doubt, you just contact me, and that's all for the day. Okay. So yeah.
Thank you
And
very much, sir. Thank you for your presentation.
And
Sir, shall I take up few questions?
so actually, I'm sorry that
Okay, no issue, sir. I will be sharing your contact.
PPT, and if at all any doubt, you
I
just
will be
ask
sharing
me.
your contact details.
Please
They can
do that.
get in touch with you.
Okay. And
And
thank you very much.
congratulations on your new position, sir. Even our
Thank you.
member,
Thank you.
Mr.
Thank you.
Mohan Rao, has congratulated you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just leaving
sir.
now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Okay, sir. Thank you.